Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember.
Extra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that in that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the
Paimon.
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe human. Ah, so it's the he that. So it's been you this whole time? Are you dead? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a it was another in my dream. I also got to sit on a gigantic, Nahida. Maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where Huh? No! By the way, yes, I paid her a visit right up. Her condition is stabilized, but for the moment, our top vote right. Who knows what'll happen? So our first priority. Oh! Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you think... Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now... We're in the dark as of now. So, after all... I've already tried that. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Have you already cracked the... I'm guessing not. In any case... No way, that you mean it'd be too easy? No, it's not that. Doing that would be... That's a good point. Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already... According to a pop... Okay. Well, then I should find... You're saying we should... Oh, but actually... Sitaria. We ran into her basically. Paimon still remember... She was born in the... Oh, Paimon didn't know... The name Sitaria. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth. The star began, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eye. From the sound of... But she doesn't... Indeed, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already... Right. That way, from my path tomorrow afternoon to prepare.
Time to act.
This should be Sitaria's favorite fortune. No, I already have enough hacking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become trouble? The divine
Huh?
Shh!
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love prospect? Oh, The god, one who is fated to cross... Hurry! Murray! Did you two spoil my divination?
Actually,
Is that so?
If you were to...
Is this another one of Yep. It belongs Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City. So she's still when I start talking with him. Listen,
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some...
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship.
Oh, I recognize you.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. After that,
that's not...
Oh, no, not anymore.
I see. I'll have someone in charge.
No problem.
Time to act. How do you know?
This should be our final stop. Satar Nahida. It's my duty to protect Samir.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before. Huh? Sorry, if I recall, you were having a discussion with some... Oh, that's right. After all, I grew up in Lee, but... What an admirable... So this... That's right. I see.
So, was that everybody? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems. Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Aramites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out... Oh, Paimon! Although she knows she should return home to help... Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall. If we simply engaged her, but if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintance... So, you... Yep. As long as... Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone. That's no problem at all. That is pretty convenient. But although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them. You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine. If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on. Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone. All right. comes! Satori is here! Let's quietly follow. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's starting to feel kinda nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. Strange. Cats seem pretty worked up. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So,
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you,
a mess?
well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking Setaria.
Why have...
Setaria.
And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's...
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King...
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal...
Oh, no. As a... I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida. All I know are... Anyway... That is hands down. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Gardening? But don't you hate everything to do with plants? I still...
Well?
Fair. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any... Oh, that's good to hear. Actually, while we're
Yeah, he's been retired.
if you could find that... He has a quick temper.
Oh? So... I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the
Akeem, you don't mean...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange...
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this! You really zeroed in on the... But once everything...
So, Shishan, have you noticed, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking, I celebrated the Sub-Zero's festival so many times that I lost.
Wait, how could you be aware of that?
Are you still failing to realize that the academic...
Shishan!
What an absurd question. You make it sound like, in reality...
Please stop!
Even now, Satari is still trying to run from her problems. She can no longer... Hey, this is the...
Mercenary, please. Heretics are infiltrating the city. And they've already converted many resident heretics. The Scarlet King!
Miss Satari, the Scarlet, you must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a child of the Scarlet King. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
I've also been but no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always...
You won't necessarily lose your... That's not important. If you could provide...
I've actually never believed in the gods. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
How...
I was just one of them, but I know I've just been... However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the academia.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm in a... One thing, though. I won't be able to transfer the document.
The academia and...
Don't worry about... I'm only
Alright.
So...
that...
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the... Maybe it's time...
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to... The Traveler's execution was in Shin? Well, now pray. But if we're going to pray to the gods... That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission to... Yep, Paimon's right. If something were to happen after all... Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about off. What do you feel is up? It's the... No, I think if you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. Huh. I also can't... Well, but... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. this hour of the night.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is Nahida going to be okay? Paimon wasn't... I bet even the sages are weary of him. Yeah, but what are the Fatui out... Yeah, Nahida said we'll meet... You mean... Oh, right. Even though he turned... There's no time to look...
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. Core of Third. We are an elite.
The outcast? But why wouldn't the doctor just send... you're...
New puncher.
That's close enough.
New puncher.
Where do you think you're going?
New puncher.
Nice and spicy. What's you doing back here? Kale! It's nice to see you again! Are you doing alright? As a result... Oh, Kale! Speaking of type... Oh, I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always... No, I only found out that he... I know that before a research big... Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI. Got it.
Time to act.
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a tech. Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, plus, it's not like you could have known even a poor... Paimon feels like only the real... Huh? Well, we understand when you left. Instead, luckily, I gave away also. Would that mean you'd no longer be... Plus, we shouldn't give up hope, actually. Yes, I have. You didn't... We're looking for us. Okay.
Body and mind.
Traveler?
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this? She's a scholar we met via... Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're wait, no.
My conscious...
You did it! Congratulations!
When my
That sounds incredible!
Oh, remember? My current
You can do that? I've never...
Hold on. All right now. Hold my hand. Up.
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
I found.
Asia.
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right. Okay, we finally lost him.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlled after that. Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with the... What? Wait,
I never. Also, what the doctor has. But even the.
what message she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that... Even in a... Huh. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, but...
That's all right. I've spent some.
Thank you, Tanya.
All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Ermin.
Huh? Did you see something when you... What?
Do you have any evidence?
Kainari?
I did. If I didn't take it now that you, but I still didn't expect them to do the doctor. From your description, then
Yeah. It feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right.
I'll stay here for. If you're planning to go, come find me.
Thanks, Kainari.
Lines of fate.
gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, hey, someone that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the? Where did she go? How did we lose him?
More Aramite mercenaries?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Acad...
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Acad. However,
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in these days. Or, not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still in vet. Everyone said, which brings me back. The leader of Ainul Akhbar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, to have that kind of reaction.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous...
So that's... But that does prove you do have... No.
That's right.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village.
It's always better...
Adventure time. Here we go. Adventure time.
We have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment.
Judgment?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the mantra is what
Seemed to me more like your own person.
Who is that?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the mantra at the Academia.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in him. If I were you, I'd never. I've been pursuing this scribe for a long.
Has Al-Hazen done something?
I won't waste my breath. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the mantra's hands in Port Ormuz?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other mantra have been Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority?
I should have known you'd be difficult to...
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great, finally you gotta help us out here.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-right, but how dare you? It seems like someone... Hey!
What's going on?
Sandstorm. What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you!
Someone's calling for us!
That sounded like... Come on.
All right.
Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us. Wow, she's so gentle and caring. Like a nice older
All right, now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility. So please, if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some
Oh!
And that goes for you too, Miss D. Do I make myself...
All right. I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now.
Wait!
I have nothing to hide. So there's no shame in While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other mantra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been... Rather, a little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. As general, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I began to realize that, unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected the power of the... I realized the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance. I will never give up.
Sino seems blessed now that he's no longer... Well, Sino...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard the sages asked you to investigate a blunt. Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented.
Yes, I was...
Al-Haytham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told
The most enticing.
Unfortunately, their words from my perspective, so had I been less
But the sages originally planned to dispose of you.
I'd already given up on the assignment, so it came as quite a surprise.
Criminals do love to.
Even though you were the ones who decided to follow me, and
That's true.
I'm willing to apologize. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I just.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham. Answer me this.
Have I not made my.
Fine.
As you wish.
Good. And now you, Dia.
Oh, sorry. I had nothing, but then I saw these.
Is that all? Well,
That's more like it.
Whoa! What was that?
no need to worry. Fighting in a sand.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The winds died down. Candace still isn't.
When you put it that way.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting.
Yes. They just keep coming.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Time to act. Oh, my sword! Drained out.
Let's light it up!
Here comes another wave. They're never gonna let up.
Witness the power of the wild.
Nice and spicy. The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe. Besides sands...
So, Irminsul's
Everything in the net.
Everyone in our,
village keeper?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Most of them are scholars. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the...
Alas, but no one in the village...
I've had encounters with those people in the...
The mantra, the one.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty...
Oh, you're the former General Mahamat?
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. Let's start by finding... Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing a Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed after that. The people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
Soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You—
No. Lesser Lord Kusun, the Academia, in addition.
No way! Nahida definitely exists!
I've spent
Good! Then you—
That look and how can this to think?
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good, but easier said— Excuse me, are you— Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa
Hey, don't say that.
the person you're
Grandpa is— I heard everything you said.
Ah, I was planning.
Whoa. I even was— Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
All right.
Sino is—
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
Huh?
Yes. Isak's parents were, unfortunately, later. However, one summer night. So Grandpa, the next morning, it's said that the Isak was—
All this some—
Perhaps. It's also—
Maybe the people had...
Huh?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more—
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you! We've cleared everything up! Really? Yeah!
All right.
Excuse me.
You mean the village? When I was eating anything else?
Time to act.
The scholars that have gone don't change this.
Right, but honestly, do you also, Grandpa? It still feels, well, what? Gotcha. Time to act. Body and mind.
Sir?
Oh, the last time.
Oh, think. Yeah.
I've known you.
Wow, okay.
Huh? Don't say it. Let's head over there.
Body and mind.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah. Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move and...
Let's not get on his...
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, Hey, it's true. Would you want to live Delavar also?
Is that...
see?
Please.
The people here really like the Scarlet.
Where is...
I haven't run into...
No, not...
Sounds like you're not too...
No.
I have meant... So you'd best don't do any...
Yes.
That scared Paimon half to death. Saito is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us that...
I heard...
Sorry.
It's part of being a mach. The rumor we heard just now... Very well.
Isak! I'm...
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take...
Grandpa? He likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
There's a scent that you can sense. So, yes.
Wait.
No. No need. Did you first encounter this in the forest?
Time to act.
What are you looking?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the trace from the size and shape, the scent is quite faint.
But who would
We'd have to ask whoever lured him.
Huh? So you... Hey!
Exactly. Even deep within the clutch.
No. So, someone's taking it. Are the rumors really true? Could the
It's highly...
Please, you have to save my grandpa.
Sounds like we...
Let's head to our...
Right.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to...
Ah, welcome back.
Oh, Diaz!
You bet.
Reasonably.
We haven't seen...
Huh.
Did you find out? I see.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fun. Not to mention it seems...
Makes sense.
If it was any... Didn't you say that the village...
Paimon remembers...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the Scar-riddled... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. The way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change...
Yeah! You're amazing!
Nope.
Let's head out.
Now hold on. Aru Village is not a big place. Outside, the desert is... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no act... I need to go... Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan...
Alright! Sounds like a plan! Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really... It was only after I grew up that I realized. The wall of Sumeru is run... We're cheap labor. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. Geniuses like... I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey...
No, besides...
Yep, we gotta...
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful. Our mission started the moment we arrived. Let's go check out the tavern. Just our luck.
You mean, you don't...
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence.
Zach?
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello!
Anyway, as far as my friends here...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Of course I have.
I've got a...
Ah, how thoughtful.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal...
Yes, how considerate.
Time to act. I await your instruction.
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on.
It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. I'm a new leaving...
So you and
But you got one?
If that's the case...
I'll be honest with you, if it weren't for what you said...
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too.
Long time no see, Miss Merson.
Dia,
Yeah.
See? There you...
You're not wrong.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Just following orders.
Take that! You're open! You're open! Take that! Take that! Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe, even though you... That's so-called... That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch...
Oh, you mean the funny names she mentioned back...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always...
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track... That's what you wanted...
Wait!
No.
Wow!
Ah, you're too...
So...
About Elmer? Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind, but I see through it.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with... This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite...
While I'm
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these...
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Paimon's been...
We've known each other for some time.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside...
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we...
Well, Paimon thinks you're great, too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Zino's here. And he's pretty early, too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh! You mean...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am. Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position? You've made your bet. We may both be the people of Aru. A war would only...
Wait, I'll tell you everything.
I'm listening.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. He got us to... You gotta believe it.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe he,
I believe I may know what's going on.
Smooth.
Okay.
If my son... Sometime it's right.
Not the academia again.
Just as I... But what could they...
People are nothing... Regardless.
You're right. Time to go.
Yes.
You got it. All right.
Let's meet back here. Let's get some food and... Where did you come?
Well,
You were gone for it. Hey, what's...
you never...
Paimon's so mad. Paimon's gonna give you an... there's just nothing...
Well, anyway.
Enough with the...
No. I'm just surprised that you decided...
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah.
While you were...
Really?
To be honest, not to mention...
Right?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you...
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every...
You mean...
Hiding the Remember what... By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever present. Glad you're following. Among the reason...
Don't change...
It's quite She corrected...
I think it's...
Remember?
Honestly, I feel quite sympathetic.
After speaking to the village chief, it became... By getting involved...
I'll pass on. You said that...
We're on it.
Time to act.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. O'Hatham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's before. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get...
Yeah, but even... We have friends in Sumeru.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. But to be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Hatham told us he would.
The fact is that I'm only one side of. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
Alright. I'll tell you what I told Hatham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Easier to deal with than Paimon had expected. Super strong bandit? He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look. Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh?
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, and anyway, stop Paimon's... What was that sound?
there it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below. Something is off about the interior here. As I thought.
Wow. It's like they... Oh, it looks like there are other...
There's still a long road ahead.
Everything's ready. Let's...
That's close enough. Where do you think you're... Oh, the jungle. Where do you think you're going?
Mine's your favorite. Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No, and that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the notion of an act.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night, when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain...
I'm the Academia's... Anyway, judging by Razak, or perhaps his curiosity got the better. The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. However, the Academia is... I've spent quite...
You mean you're...
All scholar extracting info...
Sounds like you're really...
Of course. Whether it be academics, this matter...
Wait!
Not to be callous, but no... There is no shortage of suffering.
Probably not.
You can say that. The divine knowledge capsule...
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing... won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our...
We're back!
You must be tired.
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point, but I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing the thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities.
You're saying that But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you.
So that's how tenacity of Sino. Don't take.
They escaped.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements.
Whoa, you...
There is always...
Oh, so if the Academia... Yep, that's right.
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! Please, wait! I want to go... I want to find...
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let Paimon feels like... much to keep me occupied. Go from here.
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand. Is that because you play here a lot? Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay.
These are likely fragments of it. Looks like there were more than one. Let's split up and search.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what? Grandpa, I hope you're okay. Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that
we should be able to...
One more I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone...
Running on sand is so tiring. But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying on sand tiring too? Of course it is!
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen.
If you had informed me sooner, they would...
One of us.
You don't know as much as...
Why you, Dia! Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
You've betrayed Aru village.
So, this Dia you'd be...
I'm not the type.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether...
It's not too late yet. The village...
You don't understand, my dear lady.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end...
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. With these scholars in our...
Ridiculous. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men.
They look more like pawns of the filthy trade.
Perhaps. Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no... These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand...
Wait, you can't be...
So...
Precisely.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you and...
Well, that would be... However... I'm not trying...
You were the school...
Not all desert...
You academia scum.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can...
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honor. Come on, Raman.
But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're
You're not wrong.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to...
That's not for you.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do...
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own feet. You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me at...
Have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay,
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal if it came down to it.
I don't doubt it, Sino. Even if we got...
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your...
Whatever it takes. You just...
Huh? Are you...
The Eremites once...
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?